Hello, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on Channel 12 News at 1. I am Yemi Dalimo. President Muhammadu Buhari is in Madrid, the Spanish capital, on a 3-day state visit, the first since coming to power. The visit is at the invitation of President Pedro Sanchez of Spain. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu reports.
The Nigerian Air Force 001 aircraft touched down at Torrejon Air Base, Madrid at 10:15 Tuesday evening local time. On hand to receive President Muhammadu Buhari was a high-powered Spanish government delegation led by the Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs, Angeles Moreno Bau. Also at the airport were Nigeria's ambassador to Spain, ministers of Foreign Affairs, Justice, Information and Culture, Industry, Trade and Investment, the National Security Advisor, and other senior government officials. During the visit, the Nigerian leader is scheduled to hold high-level engagements with both President Pedro Sanchez as well as the head of state of the Spanish nation, His Majesty King Felipe VI. Discussions will center on issues of mutual interest to both Nigeria and Spain, which will result in the signing of agreements and memoranda of understanding aimed at enhancing the bilateral relations between the two nations.
Sports particularly, I'm aware, we'll sign some agreements on sports. You know that Spain is a world heavyweight, particularly in football. It can only be good for Nigeria. And then there are going to be some other areas, industry and hospitality and all that. Seeing this city, you see the layout, you see the hotels, you see the ambience. Nigeria can only have good things to gain. There is a deliberate cultivation of better relationship between the two countries. It is the first time President Buhari will be coming here in his 7 years. So it's the opening of a new vista between Nigeria and Spain.
President Buhari will also be a special guest of honor at an investment forum jointly organized by the Spanish Chamber of Commerce, Nigeria's Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, as well as the Confederation of Employers.
The oil and gas industry is going to be heavily represented. So that shows, you know, that from July, the NMPC Limited kicks off. So there will be new focus on the oil and gas industry in Nigeria. It holds a lot of good things for Nigeria.
And before returning to Abuja on Friday, President Muhammadu Buhari is expected to interact with members of the Nigerian community in Spain, especially professional soccer players, doing the nation proud. From Madrid, Spain, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
And here in Nigeria, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo appeared before the All Progressive Congress Screening Committee on Tuesday for screening ahead of the June 6th presidential primary, and insisting that the party is well ahead of other political parties. State House correspondent Jide Onifade tells us more.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo arrived at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel, venue of the screening, few minutes after 1 in the afternoon, into the waiting hands of his teaming supporters. The screening was done behind closed doors, and the Vice President spent over an hour with the screening committee.
Able to discuss several issues of national and party concerns, and I went very well indeed. We had a very good chat.
The screening of the presidential aspirants started yesterday with 12 out of the 23 aspirants screened. Some others, including the vice president, also presented their credentials this Tuesday for screening ahead of the party's June 6th presidential primary election.
Flower of love for Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. And wherever you turn, you see your supporters that just everywhere here. And all they are saying is that Yemi Osinbajo is just the right man for the job come 2023. In Abuja, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
And still from the APC party screening, the president of the Senate and one of the presidential aspirants, for the All Progressive Congress, APC, Ahmed Lawan has been screened by the party's screening committee. Senator Lawan arrived venue of the screening in company of some members of the National Assembly and other party members. Speaking to journalists after the exercise, he said he is satisfied with the process and ready to bring the desired change to Nigeria when elected.
I have gone through the mills. I've worked before I came to the National Assembly in 1999. In 1999, I came to the National Assembly, and I'm still in the National Assembly, having served 8 years in the House of Representatives and chaired the two very important strategic and critical committees of agriculture and education in the House, and served as Chairman of Public Accounts Committee for 8 years in the Senate, served as Chairman of Defense Committee in the Senate, served as Senate Leader in the Senate, and serving as the presiding officer, the President of the Senate today. I work very closely with Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari in my capacity as Senate Leader, in my capacity as President of the Senate. I know the issues of development. I know where we have recorded so much successes. I know where we need to rework, retool, and rekit our systems and strategies and operations. And by the grace of God, if I'm given the opportunity, Nigeria will experience improved education, improved security, improved economy, and I want to reform the educational sector.
And still talking politics, it is few months to the general election and internal conflicts have remained a concern in most Nigerian communities. Changing this narrative has become of urgent importance, and the Institute for Conflict Resolution is having a one-day seminar in Abuja to set agenda for a new Nigeria. Ekene Undulue reports.
All across the country, several subnationals are expressing various underlying grievances, and oftentimes these escalate into violent agitations.
The government in question,
Dr. Ozonia Ojielu, a United Nations diplomat, is saying security-driven approach is only one aspect of the solution, and there is need for increased use of early prevention mechanisms.
If it is true that violence is threatened, you do preventive deployment. We must prevent the violence from occurring. It is no longer enough. It is not acceptable that violence occurs, and then we say to the community, we condole you.
For the experts, peace building in Nigeria should encompass social cohesion, diversified economy, peaceful resolutions, and reconciliation.
If the citizens are not carried along, whatever our government is doing or what we are doing, we're wasting our time. So we have to get the citizens to know and accept the fact that we need to build peace in this country.
It is the expectation of the organizers that this will not end as another talk shop, but will set a new agenda for the next administration, one built on renewed hope for a better Nigeria. Ekene Ndulue, NTA News.
Federal government is set to put a total ban on the export of raw hides and skin, including leather. The government says we also ban the importation of finished leather products. This came to the fore as the Minister of Agriculture, Mohammed Mahmoud Abubakar, meets with the National Steering Committee on Strategic Implementation of Leather Policy in Abuja. Musa Baba Aliyu reports.
These locally produced pairs of shoes introduced to the Minister of Agriculture, Mohammed Mahmoud Abubakar. He rated it as among the best in the world.
Real leather, you can see that. There's nothing Nigeria cannot do, nothing.
And this is why government is pushing to implement two major policies. First is to restrict importation of finished leather products, and the second one is to ban export of raw hides and skin. Professor Muhammad Kabiru Yakubu is the chairman, National Steering Committee of Implementation Plan on Leather. He is here to brief the minister on how Nigerian leather industry will prosper if the two policies are implemented.
We want to ensure that we stop the exportation of anything leather from Nigeria, even fully finished leather. We want a situation whereby we only export products from leather. Just the last quarter of last year, when we started implementing this policy, Nigeria netted about $650 million.
As important as leather industry is to our national economy, it has been bedeviled with challenges leading to a declining contribution to the national GDP. Consequently, a steering committee comprising the relevant stakeholders from different ministries, departments, and agencies was set up and developed a strategic implementation plan that was launched on the 6th of July 2021.
The current market analysis of the global leather market is put at $394 billion, and Nigeria is hoping to scoop at least $1 billion from it. Musa Ali, NTA News.
About 2,000 residents of Kasukwa community in Calabar municipality, Cross River State, have benefited from the free Nigerian Navy healthcare delivery services as part of its corporate social responsibility. Archibald Mbasi reports that the exercise is part of activities lined up by the Nigerian Navy to celebrate its 66th anniversary.
As part of its corporate social responsibility to the populace and also to strengthen the civil-military relationship, the Nigerian Navy is extending this free medical outreach to about 2,000 residents of Kasukwa community. The flag officer commanding Rear Admiral Ibrahim Dehu, represented by the Command Administrative Officer, says the medical outreach is being carried out in all the commands of the Nigerian Navy.
The Nigerian Navy, as part of its constitutional role, and as the FOCs has been directed, we have to ensure the safety of life and properties within the community and also the waterways.
Some of the services rendered are laboratory testing, consultation for various ailments, prevention of malaria through distribution of mosquito nets to women and children who are the most vulnerable, eye test, and dental care.
It brings a kind of sense of belonging. At least we have this facility in our clan.
Thank the Nigerian Navy who organized for this great medical team.
This is what we expected that we're supposed to achieve from federal government, and we thank God today it's happening here.
Also, as part of the gesture, those diagnosed with severe ailments have been offered free consultation at the Nigerian Navy Reference Hospital in Calabar. Achibombasi, NTA News.
It's time now to pause for some messages. The news will continue shortly after the break. Stay with us. Thanks for being there. On business news, Disco's Genco's orders revenue shortfall rises to 1.6 trillion naira as customs and firm sign 3.2 billion naira digitization deal. Details in our business news segment. Total shortfall in the Nigerian power sector has reached 1.6 trillion naira in 8 years, findings have shown. The Executive Director, Research and Advocacy, Association of Nigerian Electricity Distributors, Sunday Oduton, revealed this to journalists in Abuja. According to him, the shortfall was recorded in the fourth quarter of last year. A shortfall arises whenever electricity distribution companies and generation companies, otherwise called DISCOs and GENCOs, are not able to recoup an investment made from projects. The Nigerian Customs Service and a consortium, Trade Modernization Project Limited, have signed a concession agreement worth $3.2 billion to digitize operations of the Border Security and Revenue Collection outfit. This is just as the federal government expects to generate over $176 billion from the deal. That's it on business. On sports, Olumide Egundola is our guide on sports updates.
Following their arrival in New Jersey from Dallas on Sunday, three-time African champions Super Eagles of Nigeria have stepped up preparations for their friendly match with Ecuador slated for Thursday evening, as well as next month AFCON 2023 qualifying matches against Sierra Leone and Mauritius. The focus of the training sessions was on close control, space management, and clinical finishing.
We always want to give our best, even in friendly and in competitions. And right now we're just ready, we'll just focus on the game against Ecuador to make sure we come out with a good one.
In another news, women football development in Nigeria is receiving the support of talk and energy for discovering and nurturing budding talent. This assurance emanated from the visit of the chairperson of female football in Nigeria, Aisha Falode, to the office of the oil and gas outfit.
We were able to do that, increase their prize money because we also had the investment by Torcan.
We're impressed with the level of organizing and the level of recovery.
And in swimming, Nigeria has qualified for the World Aquatics Championship slated for June in Budapest, Hungary. 3 swimmers from the Nigerian Police Force, IGP swimmers, represented the country in the Zone 2 Championship in Senegal, which serve as qualifying slots for African nations. The victorious swimmers were received at the Lagos airport by the caretaker chairman of the Police Swimming Association, ACP Bello Shohaibu. In badminton, it was a landslide victory for the badminton section of Ikoyi Club 1938 at the 2022 quadrangular game. The pair of Sabo and Ayo of Ikoyi Club defeated their counterparts Yinka and Abdul from Kwara State 2-1 in the keenly contested Group A doubles final, among other results.
We practice here every day, so we mastered the place and we won the game. It shows that we're number one and we will remain number one in the game of badminton in Nigeria.
Winners in all categories smiled home with trophies and gift items. With sports updates, Olumide Guntola, NTA News.
It's an note that we wrap up the news for this hour. We thank you for watching. Join us 7 p.m. for more and comprehensive news. Good afternoon.